This is better.
Alrighty. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Frontera's YouTube channel. I am Felicia Farley, Marketing and Fundraising Coordinator, and with me today, I have Krista Bopp. She is a licensed professional counselor associate, as well as
an LCDC, a licensed chemical dependency counselor.
Thank you. We have a special short presentation for you today on a holiday survival guide and the tools you need to help with managing and identifying triggers, followed by a live Q&A session with Krista, where you may ask her any questions you may have. If you're unsure as to whether or not you're watching live, look at the top corner of your screen, and if the red live icon is there, we are live. If it is not, you're viewing the replay, but you can still drop questions in the comments and we will get back to you. Alrighty, let me get the presentation going. We will share my screen. Present.
All right.
So, Wellness Uncorked is brought to you in partnership with the Texas Wine Auction and Frontera Healthcare Network. With grant funding from the Texas Wine Auction, we have been able to launch this initiative program to bring free group counseling classes, educational seminars, as well as health fairs to more individuals who work with the service and retail industries, as well as their families. At this time, I'm going to turn the show over to Krista so we can get started.
Well, hello. Again, my name is Krista Bopp, and I am a licensed professional counseling associate, along with a licensed chemical dependency counselor. For this presentation, we're going to talk about surviving the holidays with our family and friends. We definitely can have issues and situations come up when we are in, close contact for the holidays, and we can become triggered. So we are going to learn how to manage things that trigger us throughout the holidays. So I've put together a little presentation here about what to do, how to identify even if you're being triggered, and then what to do to manage those triggers.
Give me one. Sorry, y'all having a slight technical difficulty. It looks like for some reason our camera is not on.
Oh.
Okay, let's try this again. Try present. Sorry, guys.
No, there we go. Whoa. Technology, you gotta love it.
I don't know what is happening today. All right.
There you are.
There we go. All right.
Great. Way to save it. Okay. So we're going to first begin with identifying that you are, in fact, triggered. You know, I always tell my clients to pay attention to gut feelings. Gut feelings are ways for your body to let you know that something isn't right within the situation. So emotional triggers can be emotional and other, but emotional triggers are memories or experiences that create powerful emotional reactions despite your current mood. So I have a list below here. Basically, some emotional triggers can be someone's tone of voice, excuse me, how they speak to you or others, repeating questions, taunting in any way, attitude that they might have toward you, a combination of all of the above, or other things that you may not even realize really bother or upset you. Sometimes we don't even realize that we are triggered until we're in the situation. But it's good to first identify if you are in fact triggered. Second, what if you are? Okay. So if you are triggered, there may be times that triggers are not clear or reactions may be inconsistent. The best thing you can do is be curious. The more you begin to understand why or the root cause for your trigger, you can begin to let go of some of the power that it has over you. So, for example, if something is happening and you don't understand why it bothers you, you might want to ask, what is it about this that is bothering me? If we can understand why or the root cause, we might be able to take care of it ourselves or be able to communicate, which we'll talk about later, our feelings around it so that we can, deal with it sooner rather than later. Often we're triggered by things that we don't understand or can't reason why they continue to happen. So if you begin to ask yourself questions, sometimes it's easy to identify that. I love this quote by Walt Whitman, be curious, not judgmental. I think it's important that we are curious about our feelings. Don't judge them. Just be like, why does this make me angry? Or why does this make me sad? If we can figure out the why, be curious about it, the judgment will go away. And then this was one of my favorites, Viktor Frankl, between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space is our power to choose our response. In our response lies our growth and our freedom. Believe it or not, the longer you sit and think about how to react to a stimulus, you will get an understanding of the best reaction to it. So the space between what happens and what you choose to do about it is where you contemplate what to do. And you can take all the time you need for that. There's definitely growth and freedom in figuring that out and taking your time to do it. Okay, so third, pause and remove. When we are initially triggered, our brain can seem to go into a type of survival mode. We may feel we want to fight, flight, freeze. However, the best thing to do is pause. That's that space that I was just talking to you about. When we pause, we allow our brain to absorb the information and move it to a more logical part of our brain. When we're angry, we don't think clearly. When we stop, think about it, and let our brain sort of process what's going on, we can actually respond in a more logical way. We can also remove ourselves by going for a walk, going for a drive, excusing yourself from the setting in which we are triggered. It's okay to say, I need a minute. I'm going to go outside. I'm going to maybe run to the store and pick something up. Take a moment to just remove yourself. It's amazing how removing ourselves from a setting can really change our brain's way of processing what's happening. So fourth is feel your emotions. Okay, a lot of us just want to stuff our emotions down. And, if you're in the middle of something, in the middle of Thanksgiving dinner, that may not be the time to just sort of, have a moment. You might want to wait until a little bit later, but acknowledging your feelings is essential. It is normal to feel stressed, anxious, sad, or a wide array of emotions during the holidays. Take time to listen to your feelings without judging yourself for feeling that way. Sorry. All feelings have a function. Okay. So if you're happy, there's a reason. If you're sad, there's a reason. The function behind those feelings are important for us to acknowledge and not just try to make go away. They give us information about our emotions surrounding the situation that provoked the feelings, kind of where they're coming from and what they're trying to tell us. They help us move through our emotions in a non-judgmental way with compassion and grace. Don't compare. We are all on our own journey and our journeys are unique. So oftentimes during the holidays, we can run into conflictual situations about how people feel about things, whether it be new additions to the family or maybe even a death in the family and how things look now, or somebody wanting to bring in new traditions and you're not ready. It's okay to have those feelings. You want to feel them, you want to talk about them, and then you want to kind of try to work through them and not just pretend like everything's okay when it isn't. So having a grounding routine can also help bring your focus back to the moment. Parasympathetic breathing or progressive muscle relaxation are simple exercises you can use to reconnect with your body and regulate your emotions. They're also very helpful when you're in a situation where you're feeling so anxious that your heart rate goes up and you start to feel a little sweaty. These are grounding techniques that will really help you through that. Fifth, and this goes along with what I was just talking about, is breathing. For example, if you feel overwhelmed, use a breathing technique that works for you at least 10 minutes, or works for you for at least 10 minutes. Using breathing techniques in conjunction with pause and remove can really help for that effective, movement of the situation back to your logical part of your brain. Using any mindfulness meditation practices that help your body return to a calm state can benefit you overall in any situation, not just with your family over the holidays. It can help you at work. It can help you in situations that frustrate you, because it helps you to just for a minute remove, relax, and sort of regroup. So number 6, this is where we're going to start setting some boundaries. Boundary setting, it sounds easy, and I think it's easy to set them. What is hard about them is communicating them and then maintaining them. So the holidays often bring pressure to participate in social gatherings, but it's important to protect your emotional energy. This is where I say it's okay to say no. All right, a lot of people just want to say yes to everything, but if it's not the right thing for you, it's okay to say no. Some helpful boundaries to protect you are: don't hesitate to say no to events or people who drain you and limit your exposure to situations that you know are triggering. Boundaries teach people how to treat us. Okay, I'm going to say that again. Boundaries teach people how to treat us. Use the opportunity to establish healthy relationships and protect yourself from unwanted situations. If you do decide to participate in gatherings, make sure that you set and uphold boundaries around what will be discussed during get-togethers. Many people, they struggle with getting together with family because questions are going to be asked that they don't want to answer. It's very easy to make a phone call ahead of time and say, I'm going to come, but I really don't want to talk about X, Y, or Z. And you kind of get a feel for, hey, this is kind of what I want to do, and I'd really like you to meet me where I'm at and not try to infringe on private information I don't want to share with you. So 7 is communicate, communicate, communicate. I really can't stress this enough. Talk to the person or people that are triggering you about the impact of their actions. You can do this nicely. You can use I statements. There's lots of ways that you can communicate your boundaries and feelings in a compassionate way. Having an open and calm conversation about how their words or actions are affecting you can clear up any misunderstandings. Oftentimes people just don't realize what they're saying is bothering you, and so they continue to say it, not realizing it is a trigger for you. When you communicate your thoughts and feelings, it helps others to understand what your triggers are, so they can be mindful to not mention a particular subject or participate in an action when you are around. And if after the conversation is had, the boundary is not respected or the trigger is still being mentioned, then you can decide if you want to continue to put yourself in situations where you are still around this person. If it's family and it's continuing, it's okay to say, if this continues, I may not choose to participate in the dinner or the get together that we used to do. I may decide that I'm going to do something else instead. And that is okay to say that, because, as I said earlier, boundaries teach people how to treat you. So number 8, and this one I try to remember myself often, is manage your expectations. Okay. Manage your expectations and limit social media. These two kind of go hand in hand, because we really like to get on Facebook, Instagram, look around, see what everyone else is doing for the holidays, and we think that's what we need to be doing too. So be realistic about what you can handle emotionally. The holiday season often comes with expectations of perfection, but lowering these expectations and letting go of comparisons can help reduce stress. You can do this by limiting your time spent on social platforms, or just remember that when people post on social media, it is best case scenario all the time. They're not talking about how they burned the turkey or how the mashed potatoes were all lumpy, or that, Uncle Charlie decided not to show up this year because he's mad at everybody for some, they don't put that on social media. They only show you the beautifulness of the day. And in reality, that is not 100% of the case for everybody. Number 9, practice self-care. Know your support systems. So self-care is not a specific thing. It's essential. It's the things that you do for yourself to make you feel good. And it could be as simple as going for a walk. It can be just taking a day where you don't do your hair or makeup. You just sit on the couch and chill for the day watching TV. It can be just sitting with your dog or cat, animal, anything, and just enjoying their presence. Self-care is essential when managing your emotional triggers. Physical activities, mental wellness, doing things that bring you comfort and joy is a way to make you feel good. Take time over the holidays to set aside some specific self-care time to take care of you. It will help you manage any uncomfortableness that you might have to go through during the holidays. Our support system is very important during this time. Lean on friends and family members who understand what you're going through or seek support from a therapist. Talking things out with someone who cares can lighten your emotional burden. You know, having your person or your people around you to say, oh, this drove me crazy, but you know what, I made it through. That can make all the difference in the world in your survival of the holiday season. And then number 10, and I think this one is important for anybody who's going through any transitions in their life. Create new traditions. If old traditions bring up painful memories, create new ones that bring you joy. As families grow and change, it might lend itself to do something different. Shift from gifts to experiences, possibly. Try money-saving fun experiences like White Elephant or choosing one name and buying gifts for just one person. That works well in large families. New traditions create new memories. So I'd say be the one to offer up maybe a new opportunity for your family to experience something different. And, you know, if your family is growing and changing, inviting in new and managing those expectations are going to make the holidays even more fun for all. So I added this: new experiences plus more affordability equals less stress over the holidays. A lot of us, especially during the Christmas season, think, more is more. And that is not true. I feel like if we learn how to find things in experiences and time spent together, we will find that it's not about the expense of the gift you give somebody, but the time that and effort you put into finding them something thoughtful or experiencing something with them that will mean something for them. My mother and I have decided that gift giving isn't really what we want to do anymore. We want to share experiences. So we've decided every gift for birthday or Christmas is going to be an experience we spend together. So as she ages and I age myself, we are spending time together doing something new and fun, and have found that we spend less money and enjoy each other even more. So don't be afraid to just find something different and do something different during the holidays. I thank you all for joining me today, and I appreciate your time. I'm going to hand it back over to Felicia to go ahead and finish out. If you have any questions, please let us know.
Thank you, Krista, for being our presenter today. Like she said, if y'all have any questions, please drop them in the chat now, and we'll take your questions. If you liked what you heard today or have a request for a future topic, please feel free to leave your comments in the chat as well. We would love to hear from you. And while we wait to see if there are any questions, this is just a message. Are you ready to begin your mental health journey? If you would like further information on the Wellness Uncorked program, or to schedule an appointment with one of our licensed professional counselors or licensed professional counselors associates, please contact us by calling 325-597-0102 or visit our website at fronterahn.org. Frontera offers counseling services in person and virtually. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you will never miss a notification when we go live, and learn more about the importance of mental health. All right. Doesn't seem like there are any questions. So thank you everybody for joining us today. And thank you, Krista, again for presenting.
Absolutely.